Clara had always been drawn to old houses. There was something about their creaking floorboards, weathered walls, and the scent of history that spoke to her. So, when she stumbled upon the abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town, she knew she had to explore it. The locals had warned her. The house, they said, was cursed. It had been abandoned for decades after the last owner, an artist named Mr. Whitmore, mysteriously disappeared. But Clara was undeterred. With her flashlight in hand, she pushed open the heavy front door, its rusted hinges groaning in protest. The house was just as she imagined, grand, yet decayed. Dust coated every surface, and cobwebs draped the chandeliers like forgotten lace. She wandered through the rooms, marveling at the remnants of a life long past. But it was the attic that truly called to her. The staircase leading to the attic was steep and narrow. Each step creaked ominously under her weight. When she reached the top, she found herself in a large, dimly lit room filled with old furniture covered in white sheets. But what caught her eye was the large, ornate portrait on the far wall. The portrait was of a woman, strikingly beautiful, with pale skin and dark, haunting eyes. She wore a red velvet dress that seemed almost real, as if Clara could reach out and feel its softness. But what unnerved Clara was the woman's expression. It was both alluring and malevolent, as if she were silently mocking anyone who dared to gaze upon her. Unable to resist, Clara moved closer. As she did, a chill ran down her spine. The room seemed to grow colder, and the air thickened with an oppressive weight. She could feel the woman's eyes following her every move, boring into her soul. Suddenly, the flashlight flickered and died, plunging the attic into darkness. Clara's heart raced as she fumbled with the flashlight, her breath coming in short, panicked gasps. In the silence, she could hear the soft rustle of fabric, like someone shifting in their seat. When the light sputtered back to life, the portrait was empty. The woman was gone. Clara's scream caught in her throat as she felt a cold hand brush against her shoulder. She whirled around, but there was nothing there. The attic was empty, yet she could feel a presence, something dark and malevolent, watching her, closing in on her. Terrified, she turned to flee, but the attic door slammed shut with a deafening bang. She was trapped. The air grew colder still, and the darkness seemed to close in around her. Clara could feel the icy breath of the unseen entity on the back of her neck, hear the soft, mocking laughter echoing in her ears. Desperately, she pounded on the door, screaming for help. But no one came. Her pleas were swallowed by the house, absorbed into the walls, as if the mansion itself were alive, feeding on her fear. Then, just as suddenly as it began, the laughter stopped. The oppressive weight lifted, and the attic door creaked open. Clara stumbled out, her legs trembling, her heart pounding in her chest. She fled the house, not daring to look back. But as she reached the edge of the property, she glanced over her shoulder. In the attic window, she saw the silhouette of the woman, her dark eyes glinting in the moonlight, a sinister smile playing on her lips. Clara never returned to the mansion. But sometimes, in the dead of night, she could still feel those cold eyes watching her, hear that soft, mocking laughter echoing in her mind. She had escaped, but she knew, deep down, that a part of her had been left behind in that cursed house, trapped forever in the portrait in the attic.